I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
All right. Good morning, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get this off my chest because I'm glad I'm seeing some people finally using some common sense. I'm finally glad that some people are finally using some common sense in this black sector. I'm gonna call it the chitlin circuit of social media. You finally getting the point. Now, last week, and you know what? I'm a veer off in a minute because I'm gonna address another issue about black men aren't cancer. I'm gonna address that first, but let me just give you before I digress to this one. Let me address this little part. I'm proud that some of you in black society are not following the social media okey doke. Voting Rights Act has been removed, and these grifters are losing the narrative. We and again, I'm gonna talk about it later on. But let me talk about something before I get there because I'm gonna be all over the place. I'm gonna say a shout out to this lady right here. And it's how I'm gonna say every time every time we hear stories or live streams or YouTube videos of black men not protecting black women, it's always the whole mistake of the narrative is how see some of y'all react to the events rather than looking deeper into um Okay, I'm gonna use this point, right? I remember years ago, and that was the reason why I got on social media. I started making videos. There used to be a woman named Miss Archduchess. Some of y'all who've been here long enough, that woman was my sworn enemy. And she goes around on YouTube talking about, black men ain't shit. Black men this, black men that. And one day a guy named Alfred White uh got himself, not himself, but he got deleted. He was found lynched in the woods outside of Jasper, Texas. And because Alfred White was an African American man and his wife is Caucasian, Miss Archduchess went on a tirade for weeks condemning this man. George, what's up, George? George said, we remember. Yeah, but I'm going to track the reason why I'm about to go here, George. I appreciate it, George. But let's talk about why. See, so I went on a rampage. So how dare you? And instead of using the word you, instead of talking about Alfred White's crime, she used the crime and exploit that. Good morning. Good morning to you, George. Yeah. It's about what time is it? It's 3:09 Central Time where I'm at. So let me go ahead. Yeah. So yeah, I'm doing this very early in the morning. And I'm gonna say this to some of you women though. It's how you talk is really my problem, is because instead of identifying who you're talking about, you use catch-all words. Just as I know the men do it too. So last week when a guy came online and called all black men cancers, all straight black men cancers. Well, no, he didn't identify who are the cancer. He just lumped everybody in as a cancer. And let me say this right now. If you're going to talk about some people, individualize the crime. If you want men to understand where you're coming from, ladies, individualize who this person you're talking about. Let's talk about Justin Fairfax. Let's talk about the guy who killed 8 children in Shreveport. I don't even know his name. Well, I can't memorize his name, I should say. I can't remember his name in Louisiana. How about y'all just individualize the people who are doing the crimes rather than doing this catch-all terms so people won't be defensive? See, back then, I was defensive. When she used Alfred White as a barometer of all black men. And yes, I went on a tirade. That actually started the tirade when y'all use catch-all words rather than identifying who and what they did. See, words matter. Every time I hear Tommy Sotomayor or Sergeant Willie Pete, every time they use the term black women, they never identify who they're talking about. No, say who. Individualize this. So we can get to the solution of the problem faster and better. It's wise decision. Stop saying black men. No, Mr. Jacob did this. Mr. Let me use a name. Mr. James did that over there. So and so Alfred did this over here, or Mr. Clarence did something over there, or Mr. Rufus did this over there. No, identify who did it. Instead of trying to lump everybody else into this bowl. I know Tommy Sotomayor and these Negroes online like to talk about black women as a whole, because they're guilty of it too. That's why I want them out. I want them niggas up and off social media. They need to be deplatformed, because words matter. And it's like what Joe Neckbone was trying to tell me, and I didn't listen to Joe Neckbone. Joe Neckbone was somebody from Talk Real Solutions, and he tried to tell me, Big J, your problem is, now mind you, I'm in my 20s at this point. I'm in my 20s and 30s at this point, because I've been on YouTube for 20 years. I was in my 20s. I was in my early 30s. I was like 29. I was like 28, 29. I was like 29, 30 at this point. And he told me, wait, what was it? 29? Well, I was in my early 30s. Let me just put it like that. I was in my early 30s. Let me put it like this. He told me, you are a young man, and you got caught up because you caught the tail end of a conversation. And that's why you got mad. And you're right. I just got caught up because I was a young man, and I heard the word men, black men this, straight men that, and I engaged, and I returned fire. And that's why some of y'all really don't understand where I'm coming from. Now y'all can tell me, well, Big J's not Big J, you're innocent. It doesn't matter. If you use catch-all words, some people are gonna become defensive. And that's why I told Chris and Carazine one day, I said, in some of these swirlers, I said, okay, well, you're talking shit about black men, but you got a son. What you think is going to happen if they hear your rhetoric 20 years later, when they become grown and they decide to get on the internet? They're going to hear your past comments. They never really think about that part. Even Tommy, I try to tell this to Tommy Sotomayor too. Yeah, you have a daughter. You keep talking about you have a daughter. What? How many times you gonna talk about how black women are the worst stewards of mothers, the worst stewards of children, and such? But you got a daughter, or should I say daughters? But let's just talk about that main daughter he keep putting on this video. Do y'all ever compute about what your words might say and how that would affect your offspring, your female offspring? See, a lot of y'all don't think. And it's a circle that needs to be cut. It's a cycle that needs to stop. That's why I said I'm not the protector of you women. I'm more concerned about the future. And when I said I'm not the defender of women, no, because a lot of y'all are already traumatized, and you men are messed up in the head. I just want y'all to stop forever, because the future needs to be protected. This can't go on forever. We can't pass it on to the next generation. That's been my whole entire point in all of this. And every 5 years, because I've been here a very long time, every 5 years, there's a new generation, a new crop of people that, and then y'all suck them into y'all's uh issues, because misery loves company. That's why I say this cannot go on to the next generation. It needs to be like the Bible, when God uh didn't allow Moses and people who grew up with Moses to enter into the promised land. That's why God did not allow Moses and his wife and his brothers and his sisters and those who got out of Egypt to go into the promised land. No, no, no. That generation has to die out. Because what y'all going to do is bring your hurt and trauma into the promised land, and y'all going to mess that up. That's the point I've been making. I'm not here to simp for the women's. I'm not here to cape for the men. Y'all need to get it right. But anyway, words matter. So I'm glad somebody put out some wisdom out, right? Let's go and play with Paris Ashton said. Let's play what she said, because it makes sense.
Black men. Why do they hurt Black women? What's wrong with men, period? Those are the kinds of questions that get the group chats going, because everybody has something to say. And lately, there's been a lot to discuss.
Yeah, everybody got something to say, but what they're saying is empty. It's slogans. It's talking points. But anyway, let me keep it moving though.
We've seen the headlines. Shamar Elkins, a father who killed his 7 children and an 8th child, then died after a confrontation with police. He left their mother, Shaniqua Pugh, and another woman fighting for their lives. Serena Fairfax, killed by her husband and Virginia politician Justin Fairfax, who then took his own life. Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a teenager allegedly murdered by musician David. Ashley Janae, found dead on what was supposed to be a birthday vacation with her fiance. Nancy Mateer Bowen, a political leader, found dead in her home. Devonta Curtis, whose death reminds us that Black trans women are victims too. And these aren't the only names. The list is long, and the silence around it is even longer. But here's the part that's not up for debate. Black women are murdered at rates 6 times higher than white women on average, and in some states, up to 20 times higher. And over half of Black female homicides are connected to intimate partner violence, which means most of the time, the killer is someone they know. So when people say Black folks need to stop killing each other, or Black men need to protect Black women, or Black women need to respect Black men, they're missing the bigger picture, because this didn't start with us. When our ancestors were forced to this country, one of the first things we lost.
And I'm glad though she said this, because everybody keep missing the point. Everybody keep missing the point, and then they don't recognize that they're continuing the problem. Because some people online, like Soul Provider, wants people to do the whole story arcs. I'm not here for a story arc. I'm here for series finales. Some things need to end. There don't need to be no sequels and remakes in you know, especially on social media when people are real people. Yeah, I said it. Let's keep it moving.
Was our family structures, the systems that defined how we protected, honored, and relied on each other. That rupture didn't magically heal. It became infected with patriarchy, poverty, and structural inequality, the same forces that research shows leads to higher homicide rates for Black women. So now here we are pointing fingers at each other inside a system that profits off our pain. But if
listen, these podcasters profit off of your pain. Sharon Bracey profits off your pain. Angerman profits off your pain. Crystal Swirls profits off your pain. Yeah, I'm naming names. Because what y'all want is trauma. and trauma sells. And then y'all go back, every morning, y'all hear these people, instead of talking about solutions to the problem, y'all want to sit here and say that, oh, well, it's Jermaine's fault, or it's Keisha's fault. You end up mad when the live stream ends. You mad while the guy or the woman who making these live streams, they're getting the cash apps, they're getting their monetizations, they're getting the super chats, they're getting the AdSense. While Google, in this case, since I'm on YouTube, Google get their cut of the check. They get their 30%. Which is why I want an investigation of the social media companies, and I want these companies to abide by their own terms of service and their community guidelines to stop the sexism and racism by the manosphere and the black manosphere, especially, and the black woman empowerment movement, the BWE. Let's keep it moving.
Patriarchy is the root of this problem, then who's responsible for pulling it up? Because the data also shows that there's hope. Culturally informed services for Black men can reduce intimate partner homicide, and community-centered services for Black women can reduce their risk of experiencing it. So who are the men, the women, the organizations building this future? We want to hear from you, seriously, because Black women deserve safety. Black men deserve to be seen. Black families deserve stability. And Black communities deserve a society where these headlines don't exist.
And how not this is have Congress get Google and Facebook and other these social media companies. Yeah, I'm campaigning for this. I want them to drag in front of the halls in front of the community hearing and ask them why y'all accept the manosphere to exist, why you accept Black women empowerment to exist, why y'all allow Tommy Sotomayor and Obsidian and Crystal Swirls and Kristen Carazine to exist. Why y'all allow BGS and women like BGS and what's that woman name? Miss Dark Wisdom over there. Brooke and Blue. Why you allow those two with their intellectualizing their misogyny and misandry to exist? That's what needs to happen. I think though that needs to start right there, because I think social media is also driving some of this as well. But anyway, let me get back over here real quick. Let me move on to the next topic. Right? Let's move on to the next topic, because this is the topic that I want to go in on, because I'm glad that I'm seeing Killer Mike to get this work. I'm glad that Killer Mike is getting this work. But hold on. Before I go there, let me read what George says, right? Let me read what George said, because I'm going to revisit what's his face. And George, I hope that, are you a moderator on my channel? You know what? I'll make you a mod. Let me make you a mod real, because I want to find that video when he made slap Kasha K upside the head. I remember that, but I have the link. So, let me get on my channel real quick. I'm gonna make you a mod, because you've been a loyal supporter of mine. This whole idea of Black men committing violence on Black women and such, then my thing is, My thing is he needs to check his own damn self. Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to make you a mob real quick. Hold on. Put myself on mute. All right, George, you are now a mod. You're not a mod, but yeah, you know what? Let's find that clip of when old boy said he will slap a Kasha K upside the head because I've been told of this, and I need to find that clip because see again, I'm gonna sit here and say this: anti-black male hate speech. And you know what, George, I might have to do a dissect and deconstruction of his statement. So I'm going to download that video, put that in the archives. Then I'll put the video he did put up earlier and put that in the archives. And then I'm going to dissect and deconstruct him because it's going to happen. Now, anyway, where is that? Now, it's odd. Let me read the other thing you said, George. It's odd because these divestors want their. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. You found it. Okay, hold on. You found it. Let me do this real quick. Let me get back to my YouTube. Let me get right back to my YouTube real quick. Because I'm gonna go on Killer Mike and BOYCE WATKINS in a minute. So we get back to these and try to get the. I'm gonna save that to my watch later because I'm gonna download this. Yes, I'm gonna download this. Because you know, I think I'm going to have to go in on this. I'm going to have to go in on this. Oh, this happened a year ago. You know what? I'm downloading this. This is going to the archive.
He been good since Spoon's wedding. Somehow or another, you got a wild hair up your ass and decided, let me pick shit with Funky Dineva. And why? When people can't access you physically, they will try to access your emotions. Try to keep my peace with you. Okay? But Tasha K, I want you to know this, and you can put this on record. Okay? You can put this on record. The next time I publicly see you, I am going to walk up to you and I'm going to slap the shit out of you. And then I'm already just throw my setup and be ready to fight your husband.
I'm downloading this. I'm going to download this, though, George. I'm going to have to do it. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to do it. See, again, I'm going to go deep and hard on the paint. Now that we're going to talk about who is a cancer. Okay. It's on. It's going to dissect and deconstruct. We're going to go at it. And I'm going to say something, too. If y'all think thought I was bad in 2014, in 2013, you might want to think again, because back then I was rootless. I'm going to drag this whoever this man is over here, right? Because how can you say straight black men are cancer, yet you as a black man, a homosexual one as that, is targeting a woman and her husband. Yeah, I'm going deep and hard on the paint. And I expect him to explain this. Anyway, let's get right back to where I was at. George, thank you for sharing me the link, because we're going right back over here. Thank you for the link, George. I appreciate it. I really do. Hold on, let me put this. Okay. Let's play this again, because here now, back over here, right? Voting Rights Act. Voting Rights Act. You know, when y'all saw me talking to Miss Garcia, Ruba Garcia, who was a YouTuber here at one point. So when she was running for Congress, she talked about a Supreme Court case that started in Louisiana, where, and yes, what they just did in Louisiana after the Supreme Court just, upheld this court case, Louisiana versus, I forgot the name of it. Well, anyway, the Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act of 1965 is done. So now state legislatures are taking away black people's congressional district, targeting congressional districts that are represented by black Congress people, black members of Congress. And a lot of you Negroes like Boyce Watkins, Tariq Nasheed, Phil Scott, Umar Johnson, we're coming at, I'm saying the day of the grift is over. You grifting is over with. But anyway, let's hear Killer Mike getting cooked, because I'm proud of people who see this for what it is, who's not run by these acronyms ADOS or who are repping FBA, or people who's not on this foolishness with, oh, I'm Black MAGA. People know what's going on. You're part of the problem. You need to be addressed. But anyway, here we go.
Lord, they are cooking Michael Renner over on Threads. He says, Americans, we got work to do at and beyond the polls this year.
Right. Now, notice Killer Mike said, Americans, we got work to do at and beyond this polls this year. Now, Killer Mike, I know you didn't say that, because over here, see again, I'm dissecting and deconstructing here. This is what Killer Mike said 2 years ago.
Your city council person? Who's your county commissioner? Who's the judge that you voted for? Who's the prosecutor? And if you don't know this, you don't know shit. Get your black ass in them neighborhood meetings like my grandmother did and push the line. And we can disagree, but if I don't see you at the meeting, I don't give a fuck about nothing you saying. Shit. Y'all focusing on who's gonna win the presidential election.
Yeah, hold on. You just told people stop focusing on the presidential election. Don't get me wrong. I do believe that they are the same toxic men that will attack black women. However, it's not right. We're gonna talk about that later on, George. We're gonna go over but right now we're gonna talk about Killer Mike's stupidity and his hypocrisy. Now all of a sudden it was cool to go after the Democrats or go after people who see a problem with Trump. Y'all see, the thing is, y'all grifted far too long that people say, I'm not going to vote because, we're going to vote down ballot. We're not going to vote at the top like what Yvette Carnell did. We're going to, man, where is RBR when you need him? Where is RBR when you need him? But anyway, rest in peace to Real Brother Radio. Okay? Rest in peace to him, because he been warning people of this was going to happen. But anyway, let's keep it moving though, right? Y'all sit here and have all of this grifting movement, be mad at the Democrat Party over the crime bill and over reparations. Let me help a lot of you Negroes out when it comes to the crime bill. The Democrats in Congress did not push for the crime bill. You know who pushed for the crime bill? Black churches pushed for the 94 crime bill. And you know why they pushed for the 94 crime bill? The 1994 crime bill was a result of gang violence in the inner city of Baltimore, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, Houston, South Central Los Angeles especially, in New Orleans, and Memphis, and Kansas City, and Philadelphia. All these black cities was erupting, black neighborhoods was erupting in crime because of the drug war of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And because a lot of gang violence had made a lot of black men not seeing their 25th birthday. That's why the black churches and those older black women went to Joe Biden, because Joe Biden was not working on the crime bill when he wrote that bill. See, y'all need to know history and such before you, instead of just believing what social media been telling you. Let me tell you what happened. Joe Biden was writing a domestic violence bill in when Clinton's first year of the presidency. Joe Biden went to what's that town in the Midwest? I forgot the town's name. They had like a domestic violence study. Duluth. That's right. The Duluth model. It was Duluth, Michigan, Duluth, Minnesota, something like that. I forgot where. It's somewhere in the Midwest. There's a city called Duluth, a town called Duluth, where a domestic violence study was being created. So Joe Biden went over there, and because he was advocating for anti-domestic violence laws. So when he went back from Duluth and wrote his bill about domestic violence, the black churches from Philly went to him, and then they pushed that bill into his bill. The 94 crime bill was not called the 94 crime bill. The 94 crime bill was a bill that was a writer bill. You might want to look up how legislation is made. The 94 crime bill was snuck into Joe Biden's domestic violence bill. And no, I'm not here to defend Joe Biden. I'm telling you a historical fact. Stop believing what people on social media tells y'all. Because it really get on my damn nerves.
Who's your city council person? Who's your county commissioner? Who's the judge that you voted for? Who's the prosecutor? And if you don't know this, you don't know shit.
Right. Just like the Delta Novembers who follow you, Umar Johnson, Boyce Watkins, Tariq Nasheed, Vicky Dillard, and Phil Scott. Y'all don't know how bills are being made. See, I'm gonna start calling y'all the little house rock Negroes, because y'all know how legislation is formed and how the process of how it's formed. Y'all just believe in talking points. But anyway, let's get right back over here. Let's play this.
No matter what, plot, plan, strategize, and mobilize. And they're not hearing it. Get out of here. You help us here.
Right.
We're not
it's
listening.
Time for you Negroes to get the hell out the way. You Negroes are in the way. I'm personally getting really tired, because here is the thing. I don't live in inner city, but guess what? Donald Trump messed up my money up with them tariffs. When during Donald Trump's first term, and now, and now up to till today, Donald Trump messed my money up. I'm in agriculture. Do you know how much beef costs, and how much to feed cows and feed sheep and feed chickens and how you get eggs? No, it costs money to raise animals, to feed them. You have to feed the animals to attain the meat and the eggs and whatever may have you off of the livestock. Because of the tariffs, Donald Trump messed up the soybean industry, the rice industry, the corn industry, and now the meat packing industry with his ICE raids. But yet y'all don't think in those terms, because y'all too busy talking about Chicago. What about Chicago? That has nothing to do with some of us down here in Texas. That Chicago narrative has nothing to do with somebody with a black farmer down here in Georgia or the Carolinas. And yet y'all try to make y'all Chicago narrative. I'm talking about you Negroes from the Let's Make Chicago Red. Where you think those illegals come from? Them illegals did not cross that border at day one. Those illegals were here in Texas and Louisiana and in Florida and in Arkansas for over 5 years. The ICE just happened to round them up, and they sent them to Chicago. And then y'all thinking, though, because y'all want to blame Brandon Johnson. No, you need to stop blaming Brandon Johnson, because Brandon Johnson has nothing to do with those illegals being in Chicago. Oh, and by the way, let's also talk about money, right? Because y'all always want to say, right, beef is going up. I seen the price of oxtails. Right. See, people around here don't think. They need mostly uninformed people, the most uninformed people, to carry, so they can grift off of. That's what they're doing. Shout out to George.
You smelling like Van Jones. With all due respect, Mike, not you, and not right now. Read the room. Nobody's trying to hear from you. You are a catalyst for Trump being elected. Ooh. Because listen, you helped them do this. Now you want to act like you care. You can't stand. We can't stand. And you are worse than this.
Ooh, call him a slave master. So anyway, let's go back in time. Because Killer Mike, let's go back in time. Now, Killer Mike put that live stream, that video talking about RFK Jr. barbershop talk with Killer Mike, an influencer. He put this on private, y'all. And You know what? Let's click on it. Let's click on that. Let's click. Now you see Killer Mike put this on private. If y'all watch the entire round table discussions at the barbershop, that was one of the most embarrassing things ever imaginable. So let me get back to where I was at. Let's get back to where I was at. To my video reacting to.
Fellow child support payer would like to interject. Fellow child support payer would like to interject.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here come Killer Mike. He's about to come in this.
Right. Now, yeah, that was me 2 years ago. Killer Mike went ahead and all these shine bones, these old Negroes, was bucked as a shoe shine for RFK. And Linnell, TJ, Tillman too. All they did was talk about child support. It's about time these grifters get called out. Yeah, exactly. Now, the original video, you will never see the original video. I'm glad I did reactions video, but I wish I had downloaded it into my archives. I wish I downloaded the original into my archives. But say I didn't expect Killer Mike to run. I didn't expect him to run. If you know what I'm saying. But now he's telling people don't vote for he was using his sexism. Yes, let's tell the truth though. Because this is more about not voting for Kamala than anything else. That's why he ran to RFK. That's why he ran the RFK because Kamala, whether Biden was going to win the election or not, Kamala was going to be president, or most likely be the next president. Because right now, I don't know if y'all heard, President Joe Biden has cancer. So as we speak, he has, I think, I don't know what type of cancer he has, but he has cancer, and it's treatable from what I gathered. But still, he was not going to be on a full-time job, right? So most likely Kamala was going to be president anyway. You know, in his mind. So that's why he went to RFK during the 2024 election. Now we know where RFK's at now. He's the Secretary of Health and Human Sources under Trump. So yes, Killer Mike, you did help Trump. A lot of you grifters online helped Trump. But anyway, let's get right back over here. Okay. Because what the lady said in the comments is the very voices that advocate loudly not to vote for Hillary and Kamala and enable Trump to appoint 3 Supreme Court justices. They say the Dems are no better than the Republicans, and they should never had to choose between lesser 2 evils. The lesser 2 evils look pretty good right now. The Voting Rights Act completely gutted with the assistance of Bernie Bros destroying the black voice. Uh-oh. And let's add Phil Scott, who's part of the African Diaspora channel. Let's add BOYCE WATKINS, who I'm going to talk about later on. Let's talk about Umar Johnson. Let's talk about Tariq Nasheed. Let's talk about Vicky Dillard. Let's talk about the so-called new black media. The new black media types like Jason Black and the Black Authority. Let's add them into it because you don't see them do a damn thing. Let's keep it moving though. See, I really think after this year there is going to be how can I say it? There is going to be what's the term? Inquisition, if you will. I fully believe there is going to be an inquisition within black society. I really do. All right. I really do. But let's keep it moving. Ooh. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. You can't hear? You can't hear? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Let me do this real quick, y'all. Well, I'm at the 1 minute and 54 seconds. Okay, let me restart this. Let me restart this. Real talk. Restart this. Because I love it. I love this cooking. I love the roast. I love this. Let's go right back to where I was at. I know I got kicked off. And why am I doing this on my old computer? I should do this on my here. Yeah. Hold on. Where's RBR when you need him? Let's put this right back up. I apologize. Let's put this right back up. Okay. So let me see if y'all can hear this. Okay.
People sick of y'all.
And this is what Malcolm X was talking about, right? Malcolm X was talking about. I want y'all to. I don't know if y'all can hear. Press 1 if y'all can hear the video. Press 1 if y'all can hear the video. But anyway, let me read what was said, right? If you didn't hear it, right? Oh yeah, let me take this down. Take this down too. I got too many tabs up. That's really part of the problem. I got too many tabs up. Okay, he said, you fucked up too many times for people. I can't read the other one. So fuck you. Folks have lost their bodily autonomy and voting rights listening to you. Respectfully, ninja, shut the fuck up. That's what is said right here, right? And the brother with the glasses, he's talking about entertainers, right? He was talking about entertainers. Oh, we can hear you, but not the video. Okay, let me stop sharing. Let me stop sharing. Because yeah, let me stop sharing. Let me do this again. And such. Okay. Let me get right back to where I was at. You know what? Screw all that. Screw all that. I'm gonna address Boyce in a minute. I'm gonna address Boyce in a minute. I'm put a hold on. I'm gonna address Boyce in a minute. Something wrong with the world star. What's wrong with the world star? Anyway, you know what? Let me close all of that. Refresh this. There we go. There we go. Let me refresh this. It's kind of embarrassing, but let me just refresh this. Yeah. Yeah. Let me refresh this. Yeah, let's go over here and let's start this again, y'all. Let's start this again. But I'm gonna get on Boyce in a minute, though. Don't worry. I'm gonna get on Boyce in a minute. So, okay, we back over here, right? So I'll press 1 if you can hear the video. I'm gonna play it real quick.
Yes. Those days are over. So many actors.
And yes, he's right. Because Malcolm X made a statement about entertainers. Like, we are the only people that would gravitate towards entertainers. We let entertainers, athletes. Okay, thank you, George. Thank you for hearing it. You know what? I'm gonna start using my new laptop from now on. I'm gonna start using my new laptop from now on for my live streaming. Yeah, I have a bigger, better computer though. But anyway, let me get talk about this. Malcolm X was right when he quote about. I can't quote him because I don't have the quote in front of me. When he talked about entertainers, this is like 1960 or 1961, around that time period. Malcolm X talked about entertainers and how entertainers, black entertainers, we happen to gravitate towards them rather than gravitating towards people who are out there in the field, because I don't know, for some reason, I think it's cultural reasons, we keep going to actors and entertainers, musicians, and athletes to speak for us, like Jackie Robinson in 1960 presidential election, or James Brown in 1968 and the 1972 presidential election. See, James Brown supported Richard Nixon in 1972, or like how I'm trying to remember the other candidate. I mean, the other actor. I'm trying to remember his name. At the time, supporting Trump. I think that was not Fred Williamson. What's his name? From the Jim Brown supported Trump, or Ice Cube supporting Trump. And when it comes to Ice Cube, he don't even know what he was talking about because he never voted. They don't know anything about civics, and that's why I made a video about this long time ago about black people don't have a civic culture. the problem with many within Black society is that a lot of us want identity politics or cultural nationalism rather than having a civic culture. The emphasis from now on needs to be having a civic culture rather than trying to do identity politics or cultural nationalism, like how though you see these red, black, and green types that we see online. We need to start practicing more on having a civic culture instead. Oh, hold on. You pause it. I did hear him start talking. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me play it real quick. You know what? Let me back up a bit.
Whatever. People sick of y'all. So Michael Santiago's rappers, whatever.
You know, let me back up.
Famous people, and see, I'm telling you, those days are over. So many entertainers and famous people and athletes, actors, rappers, whatever. People sick of y'all. So Michael Santiago Render. Nope. Nobody want to hear from you.
And I'm talking directly to you, Killer Mike.
Right. And that's what Malcolm X tried to tell people what not to do. And it's taking people 60 years later to now realize it now. So I hope though you hear that, George. But anyway, let's keep it moving though, right?
Your ass is tagged. Killer Mike decided to post this shit on Threads. Americans, we've got work to do beyond the polls this year, no matter what. Plan, plot, strategize, organize, mobilize. Shut the fuck up. Because wasn't this your bitch ass in fucking 2024?
Who is this woman, man? Girl, man, I want to buy you some roses, maybe some wine, some candy. I'm being for real. Roast this nigga. That's what I got to say. Roast him.
Oh no, this is your bitch ass again. Killer Mike says Kamala's race won't be a key in 2024. It's progressives for me. You one of the reasons why we in this shit. You with your fucking misogyny war could not see a black woman who has been the most qualified person to run for the office be fucking president. You couldn't see that shit. You wanted to play on her race instead of playing on her fucking policy. You dumbass. You fucked it up for us. It's black men like you that need to sit the fuck in the background and shut the fuck up. Stop speaking. You are not a fucking leader. Close your mouth and sit in the fucking back row.
You know what? Let's play this.
Lord, they are cooking Michael Render over.
No.
Threads. He says, Americans, we got work to do at and beyond the polls this year, no matter what. Plot, plan, strategize, organize, and mobilize. And they're not hearing it. Get out of here. You helped get us here. We're not listening to you. You smelling like Van Jones. With all due respect, Mike, not you, and not right now. Read the room. Nobody's trying to hear from you. You are a catalyst for Trump being elected. Ooh. Because listen, you helped them do this. Now you want to act like you care. You can't stand. We can't stand. And you are worse than this. You helped undo Stacey Abrams. All her work in Georgia. Look, the very voice that advocated loudly not to vote for Hillary and Kamala enabled Trump to appoint 3 Supreme Court justices, and you can see the rest. You supported these people. Go to HELL. Disrespectfully, bruh, we don't need you. Where Jill Stein, Killer Mike Render? I'm telling you, people are mad. And look, they bring up everybody else. You already saw Van Jones' name pop up. Ice Cube, Nick Cannon, Snoop, Nelly. All you MAGA nut rappers. Get that Grammy in payment. Smells like sweat, belly guts, cigarettes, and oranges. What are the oranges catching strays? Nobody want to see this.
Oh shit.
See? I'm telling you, those days are over. So many entertainers and famous people and athletes, actors, rappers, whatever. People sick of y'all. So Michael Santiago Render. Nope. Nobody want to hear from you.
And I'm talking directly to you, Killer Mike. Your ass is tagged. So Killer Mike decided to post this shit on Threads. Americans, we've got work to do beyond the polls this year, no matter what. Plan, plot, strategize, organize, mobilize. Shut the fuck up. Because wasn't this your bitch ass in fucking 2024? Oh no, this is your bitch ass again. Killer Mike says Kamala's race won't be a key in 2024. It's progressives for me. You one of the reasons why we in this shit. You with your fucking misogyny war could not see a black woman who has been the most qualified person to run for the office be fucking president. You couldn't see that shit. You wanted to play on her race instead of playing on her fucking policy. You dumbass. You fucked it up for us. It's black men like you that need to sit the fuck in the background and shut the fuck up. Stop speaking. You are not a fucking leader. Close your mouth and sit in the fucking back row.
Facts. Facts. You need to sit in the back row, nigga. And shut the mighty fuck up. That's what Killer Mike needs to do. He needs to shut the mighty fuck up. And don't, and a lot of you Delta Novembers, you dumb niggas, DNs, you don't know shit. And you're talking. And people getting really tired of y'all talking. I'm not going to vote for Kamala because she put greens in the bathtub. What does that have to do with policy, Sabby Sabs? Shut the mighty fuck up and sit down. And no, I'm not on that Roland Martin. Let's talk about this. I'm no fan of Kamala Harris, and I'm no fan of Roland Martin. But I'll be damn, y'all. Everybody know what Trump was going to do because there was Project 2025, and Project 2025 is now being implemented, has been implemented within the last year and 2 months. Some of it was passed the month before he was inaugurated. Do you understand? And now here y'all, the Voting Rights Act is, they want Voting Rights Act because they need to dilute the black vote. Because black men ain't, we ain't voting anymore like that. Black women, they're by themselves. While black men like General Brown, who was the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, got fired. You got another black man who was the head of the chief chaplain of the United States military, who's a black man. I'm about to do a video on him later. He got fired for no reasons. You got a lot of black generals and black colonels getting fired within the last 18 months, and y'all sitting over here talking about, yeah, man, we voted for Trump, man, because Trump is going to put Keisha in her place. Sit down and shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. I shouldn't got carried away. Y'all forgive me. I got carried away, y'all. Y'all forgive me because I'm getting tired of you Negroes and y'all's talking points. But let me go over here real quick. Let's go over here real quick, right? Because I want y'all to look. I want y'all to look at that, right? And this is my problem with the so-called new black media. Do you understand? But everybody got a problem with the new black, new black media. How come? And this been my major frustration, right? This been my major frustration. The only video that went over a thousand views is a libertarian candidate from Pennsylvania. Do you understand? Oliver Chase was a libertarian nominee for president. Greg Marcel Dixon, 191 views. Bernard Taylor, who's still running for Congress. You know what? Scratch all the ones at the bottom. Let's talk about the ones of the election of 2026. Bernard Taylor, who's at the bottom, did that this past June. Robert Peoples, this past November, over the Thanksgiving holiday. December. Chris Fields, December. The two ladies, Ruba Garcia and Jasmine Thomas, the past couple weeks, last week. But you don't see Jason Black. You don't see Jason Black. You don't see Phil Scott. You don't see Vicky Dillard. You don't see Tariq Nasheed. They're telling you about voting and politics and all that. Talking about, oh, we're the new black media. But what are they out on the street? Are they out here interviewing certain people? Explain that. And while I'm here explaining it, right? While I'm here explaining it, I forgot a couple things. I gotta go because I gotta bring this up too, right? I gotta bring this up because this Negro had to say something stupid. Then we got this Negro right here. He's one of the main people who I don't like on Black YouTube or the Chitlin circuit of YouTube. Listen to what he got to say.
Civil rights or laws that are being passed by white folks is a sign of progress for black people.
Negro. The reason why the laws was passed by white folks was because of black people who fought for those rights. Boyce, or should I call you moist napkins?
Because the thing is that whatever people give to you, they can take it away. Black wealth has actually gone down, or it's remained relatively stagnant.
Just like everybody else since Reagan. Ever since the so-called Reagan Revolution, ever since NAFTA, let's start with NAFTA. Ever since NAFTA, everybody's employment went down. Standards of living went down since. Let's start there, boys.
Black families are more broken than ever.
The black family has been broken since the conception of slavery. See, you're doing this myth. The black family has been in ruin since we got here.
Black children, the majority of whom can't even read at grade level in public schools.
Oh, so now though the logic is we're gonna turn back Brown v. Board because that's the next thing they're gonna do. They're gonna see your silly ass argument, and they're gonna use your argument to justify to go after Brown v. Board so we can segregate and deny services based upon race. But yet, y'all listen to this shine. Y'all listen to this simp ass nigga right here. Y'all listen to him. A guy, all he does is take his ass beatings from Fox News, and he has no smoke for Fox News. Let's keep it moving though, right?
The other thing that you got to understand, when you get caught up and you start telling me that voting is the answer for black people, I'm going to challenge you. And the reason I'm going to challenge you is because Asian people do not vote very much. But
oh, yes, they do. Cite your sources, boys. Asian people vote all the time. See, or should we talk about Mr. Wu, the Asian guy that you took black money and gave it to a Chinese man named Mr. Wu? I guess you forgot about. I guess you think everybody else forgot about that, but I haven't. I haven't.
But you know what the Asian community does? They're big on family, education, saving, building businesses, big on investing. As a result,
Asian business is losing. What are you talking about? Asians in America are losing their businesses too, the same way as black businesses are losing, same way as white and Hispanic businesses are losing. So what are you talking about, boys? You trying to identity politics yourself out? No, we're not listening to this no more. You got to go.
They have the highest per capita income in America and the lowest voter participation. Black people have the highest voter participation rates and the lowest per capita.
Cite your sources, boys. Mr. I got a PhD. Cite your sources, boys. Moist. No, I'm sorry. It's moist napkins. Okay? Cite your sources.
Capita income. So stop telling me that the politics is the answer when all the data shows the exact opposite. You have.
Really? Well, Supreme Court case took away your voting rights. We now in war with Iran. Now though we're about to go into Africa. I don't know if y'all heard what happened in Burkina Faso this past weekend. The Russians are getting their ass beat in Burkina Faso, so America might be called in to help the Russians defeat the insurgents in Burkina Faso, which is an African country, by the way. Or how the northern part of Nigeria was bombed by the United States Navy. I guess Mr. Moist Napkins is not sitting there talking about saying voting isn't the answer. Well, because we vote, we might have to sit there seeing our sons and daughters into conflict because of people like you, Moist Napkins, telling us not to vote. Oh, and most monetary policy begins in Congress, right? Because of taxes and fees and laws that would protect your wealth begins in politics too, in government, Negro. Because a lot of us pay taxes, property taxes, sales taxes, income taxes, asset taxes. So what are you talking about? Just grifting. You're a grift. So let me get right back over here. Let me get right back over here because this is not where I was. You know, I'm glad I found that video when he said voting is not the answer. Come on. His history. Let's go back down to here, right? Because now what moist napkins, moist napkins. And let me find that video. Where is that video at? Where is that video at? He did a video. Did he put that video down? Did Moist Napkins put that video down? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? You know what? Y'all give me a minute. Y'all sit here and give me a minute. Let me find this video real quick. In fact, you know what? In fact, it's in my description box. Let me go in my description box real quick. I'll put it up. Let me go in my description box. I'll find it for y'all. I'll find it. Let me find it. Let's go down. Oh, here we are. We over here. You see, over here, and I'm not going to play this. But here is Moist Napkins. And I'm glad people going after Moist. Killer Mike is under fire for not being a good Democrat. Moist, be quiet. Boyce Watkins, be quiet. And I'm gonna tell y'all, the people in my chat room, I want you to tag Boyce Watkins. Go to each and every one of his channels and share this video to him. Because I want a response from him. For real. No ifs, ands, and buts, just do it now. Anyway, here's where we at, right? Killer Mike on the roof for not being a good Democrat. And I'm glad people in the chat room, in the comment section, saying this. What he did to our community is unforgettable. And to anyone thinking otherwise is full of bullshit. The gaslighting in this video is on another level. Thank you. Killer Mike is no different than Snoop, Nelly, Sexy Red, Rick Ross, Ice-T. He can't tell me shit. Well, thank you. I'm an independent, been that. I wish y'all. That's not about you being Democrat or Republican. That's not the point, Robert Hall. It's not about if you're Democrat or not. Is that telling you not to vote? Say, my guy, he's on the fire for lying on that woman, on that black women to the black community. He's not on. He knew better. So I'm glad those people were finally lighting his ass up. Lighting Moist Watkins. But here is the problem to everybody who's in that chat room, who's in that comment section over there. I want y'all to explain something for me, right? I want y'all to explain something. Because there's something that happened about 10, 12, I want to say 20 years ago. Let's go back 20 years ago. And again, I know my computer's acting up. So let me go this and let me find this way. So Moist, where is the smoke? Boys, where is the smoke for Bill O'Reilly? Where is the smoke?
Racism and sexism in the presidential race. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. Exit polling in West Virginia yesterday showed 22% of Democrats considered the race factor before casting their ballot. But why? Why should race matter in any way? Both white and black Americans need to ditch this racial stuff. Now, back on April 7th, I warned the race baiters on both sides, so watch out, and I meant it. That's why we've come down hard on Syracuse University for employing an instructor named BOYCE WATKINS, whose hate speech is off the chart. He's the guy who called Juan Williams a, quote, happy Negro, unquote.
And BOYCE WATKINS, explain this. Where's the smoke for Bill O'Reilly? Where's the smoke for News Nation? Where's the smoke for Fox News? Bill? But yet, no, I'm sorry, not Bill. But where's the smoke? BOYCE? I want everybody to take this video and share it to BOYCE WATKINS. I don't care if it's the BOYCE WATKINS channel or the other channel he has. I want him to see this video because he's part of the problem.
Well, the latest from Watkins is this, quote, O'Reilly, Hannity, and Limbaugh are in the same tradition as those who killed Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, unquote. Well, since black Muslims murdered Malcolm, Watkins is not only a hater, he is a certified loon. Nevertheless, the chancellor at Syracuse, Nancy Cantor, will not condemn the hate speech.
Right. So boys, where's the smoke for Bill O'Reilly? Where's the smoke for Fox News? Bill? No, I mean, BOYCE. See, where is the smoke at, boys?
This is an individual speaking for himself, not...
But do you want to speak for the university? Is the university responsible to...
An individual speaking for himself, not for the university.
Awful. Now, as chancellor at the University of Illinois, Dr. Cantor pushed to remove the school's mascot, an Indian chief. She also rightly shut down a Syracuse student TV show that trafficked in crude racial humor. So, if an issue offends the chancellor's left-wing sensibilities, she's all over it. Trust me, if Watkins were a member of the Klan, he would not be teaching at Syracuse University. But Watkins gets a pass, even though he is identifying himself as a Syracuse instructor on his hate-filled website.
And boys, you used to work at Fox. Here's the thing, BOYCE WATKINS used to be employed at Fox News. Y'all didn't know that? Wait a minute. Let me pull that up. You know what? I forgot to pull that up. I forgot to pull this up. Let me go and pull this up. Where is the smoke at, boys? No. You know what? Let me type this in. Let me type this in about your boy Moist Napkins, Mr. Simp, Blue Pill Simp, by the name of BOYCE WATKINS. Let me go ahead and show you it. Hold on. Let me show you on Fox News. Let me try to find it. Let me find it for you. Hold on. Let me try to find it. Let me try to find it. You know, I wish I had this on my Rolodex. I wish I had this on my Rolodex. And I don't. Damn it, I don't. Oh, here we are. I found it. Yes. Big J has found it. See, here we are, right?
Psychologist? Yeah, how does that go together? Well, most of life is psychological.
You see, here's you on Fox News. Boys, where's the smoke on Bill O'Reilly? But you on Fox News. Moist napkins? You new black media types. It's time for y'all to go. I'm sorry. It's time for you new black media types to go. You putting out misinformation over and over again. And you act like some of us don't have a memory. See, my memory is very long. My memory is very, 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 very long. But here is my problem. Okay? Here is my problem. All these interviews I've been doing, the so-called new black media ain't doing none of these video of interviews that I'm doing. None. The so-called new black media, you don't see Jason Black, the Black Daughter. You don't see fucking ass Boyce Watkins, Tyreek Nasheed, Phil Scott, Vicky Dillard. You don't see them talking. They keep talking about voting doesn't matter, blah, 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 blah. But I got one. Let's go down here. One black candidate, two black candidate, three black candidate, four black men who is running. Well, he just lost. This guy right here, he just lost. He lost his primary. But everybody else is still in the running. Everybody else is still running. But I don't see Boyce, Tyreek, and the other names in the so-called new black media talking about to certain candidates and people like that. You don't see them. Why is that? And this is not about some jealousy shit. Don't even fix your damn mouth talking about this is about jealousy. No, don't talk about telling people not to vote. Don't do this, and then we don't see y'all talking about being on the ground, talking about real issues. We don't see y'all calling up candidate A, candidate B to have interviews and dialogue. That's been my main problem with black social media. Okay? That's been my main problem. And in fact, let me go ahead and do this real quick. Let me do this real quick because I got to bring something else up. Let me bring this up as well. Let me bring this up. I got to bring this up too. Let me try to find it. Right? How come I don't see this? Let me show this. Let me show this again. Right? I got to show you this. Where are the videos on reparations or the, you know, where? Okay? Where? I need to see it. Okay? While y'all over here grifting, as I see y'all grifting, okay? I made a 2-part video on reparations. But yet the FBA will tell you we're for reparations. Yes. This is it.
Song is old as rhyme, moisturing the sheet.
Yeah. Where was y'all on the idea about reparations? Yet though y'all want to sit there and back Tariq Nasheed's bullshit. Oh, you know why? Because it's for entertainment. But now all of a sudden he's telling y'all don't vote. Boyce Watkins telling y'all don't vote. Umar telling y'all don't vote. And this is a point. This is what I want. Everybody can make money. Everybody who are black can make money. Even though those of us in the diaspora, if we can create a custom trade union with an infrastructure bank, where everybody gets a dividend at the end of every fucking year. But black social media don't want to talk about these solutions. They only care about the problem. Or even over here, right?
Inventors.
See, like right over here. Same way. You know. Put this on mute. But y'all want the childish activities and grifting. And yes, I am I am frustrated that y'all support these shines because we want to hear how we want to hear trauma bonding videos. We want a trauma bond. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Y'all want a trauma bond. You ain't trying to solve your problem. This is about enriching content creators rather than enriching yourselves as a man or as a woman. You know. But anyway, I said enough. I said enough. You know, if you can't do things, if people can't, you know, it's like the old adage. If people can't do it right, you have to do it your damn self. And that begins by getting some people out of the way. That's how it needs to start. All right, it needs to start by getting some people out of the way. Okay, that's how it needs to start. Getting some of these grifters out the way. So, anyway, let me get out of here. I said enough. I said enough. So, you know, this is not about likes and views. This is more about solving a problem. But shout out to you, George. Shout out to you. So let me get out of here. It's 4:41 a.m. If you see Boyce channel somewhere, tag him this video. Yeah, go ahead and tag him this video to him. Cause he can't be talking all this stupid bullshit and get away with it. I'm sorry. I declare war on Boyce Watkins, Tariq Nasheed. Enough of the bullshit. People are losing their lives behind Trump. They're losing their votes. They're losing their jobs. They're losing their lives behind Donald Trump and the evangelical community. And here is y'all. Just y'all voted. Y'all told black people don't vote because you don't want a so-called mixed woman in office. That's what this is really about. Anyway, let me get out of here. I'm out. Like, share, and subscribe. Oh, let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. I might do a video tomorrow. No, I might do a video at the end of the week. I'm going to go dissect and deconstruct Phil the Advice Show. So anyway, I'll see you next time. I'm out. Y'all have a good one.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.